Hi guys, good morning. I'm Trish with Unique Me 303 Healing and Empowerment. Wasn't planning on doing a video. I kind of was led into doing this video. I look a hot mess. I haven't brushed my hair. Just got out of the bath. So I just want to share a little bit about healing and what it looks like and different stages of it. And I'm going to ask that my words be guided. And processing out anger and purging and what it's like to get to the other side of it, okay? So I didn't sleep very well last night. I haven't been sleeping very well for several days. I have been sad a lot, okay? But I'm going to explain to you why I've been sad. So when Nick and I moved in together, issues with anger that I thought I had healed. Now, mind you, I thought I had healed before I realized I was a healer. There was other ways I did healing, seeing psychiatrists, going to 12-step meetings, working steps, blah, 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 blah. The list goes on and on. So they were healed to a certain extent, certain things that caused me to anger, okay, and the way that I reacted in anger. Anyway, to get back to what I was saying, I feel like I'm all over the place, but like I said, I've been crying a lot and just been feeling really sad. But anyway, so when I moved in with Nick, communication problems arise, how things go when you first get into a relationship, or not into a relationship, but moving in with a person that you're in a relationship with. You get to know the person's things that you like and dislike about them, and, you get to all kinds of things happen that cause communication problems, what have you. So my anger quite a bit has flared up, and there's been a process of being embarrassed by it, being angry at myself because this is something I thought that I had already healed, not realizing that there was a lot more aspects of it that needed healed, and things from my past and this lifetime in my past that weren't healed yet that played a big factor in that. And a lot of it had to do with things with my parents. Both of them, not just my parents, but I also had a step parent. So, things with, I've had a couple step parents, but with one of them, anyhow, there was a lot that was not solved or not healed, and that I didn't even realize needed to be looked at. And my anger certain things would be triggered in me by things that he would or wouldn't do or what have you. And when I get angry, I get sad, and I also yell a lot. Yelling has always been something I've heard in my family, except for on my dad's side. But anyway, my mom's side, I've always heard yelling, so that was something that I was taught. Okay, that's something that I was taught. But not just that, I never felt like I was heard when I was younger. I know that they listened with their ears, but they didn't hear me. Right? They didn't feel what I was feeling, so they didn't hear me. And so I always felt like I wasn't heard, and it continued over into this relationship. Now, mind you, I thought I had already healed a lot of these aspects. And so not only am I, healing things to do with my anger, I'm healing things to do with guilt and shame and, feeling as if I should have already been healed from these things, right? So anyway, to make a long story short, Nick and I have talked a lot about it. We've both done a lot of praying about it, and I've asked and I've asked and I've asked, please help me to see whatever it is that needs healed so that this can be healed, right? So it plays out in stages, though. What happened is, first, things would be triggering me, things that different people, not just Nick, but things different people would say or do or not say or do, or I would feel rejection, I'd feel abandonment, I would feel alone, or what have you, and those would even trigger me. But anyway, 420, I was told to tell you guys to look that up on Sacred Scribes. So, it came in that stage first. I'd be triggered, and I would react, and then I would get to where I'd feel guilty, and then I'd hurt because I hurt somebody else by yelling at them, or the way that I reacted, and blah, blah, blah. You guys know how it's a big cycle, and it became this cycle, and it felt like it was so vicious to the point of where, Nick and I didn't even really like each other. We couldn't stand to be in the same room, blah, 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 blah. Okay, and there's a lot of other factors that play into this, but I'm just speaking on, the healing that's going on right now and the stages of it. But so that was the first stage of it. And the more that I put myself in like an isolation, not because like I was like majorly depressed or anything, but it was because I knew that I was in a state of healing. I knew that I was in a state of deep healing at that. Like it was, when one thing would trigger me, when I would sit or lay down in the bed or what have you, and just allow myself to cry and scream out loud or do whatever I had to do, talk to my guides and my angels, because I talked to them a lot out loud, but it became the point where that guilt started to go away, and I started to see, the things that had happened to me in my life or didn't happen for me that caused so much anger and so much sadness and so much pain. And I started addressing those issues, and those issues became where, I would sit in here and I would do like those silent screams inside, but I would just let the tears come and the tears come and the tears come to where, I would just be purging out all of these things that would cause so much pain. And, so I ended up, getting to that point. And now it's to a point where, like, today, I wasn't really triggered. I haven't really been triggered as much. It's more or less I just been waking up with thoughts of being sad or feeling sad and just crying for no apparent reason. Well, I know that there is a reason for it. So I always will come in here and I'll sit in my chair and I'll ask, like, why am I crying? Why am I feeling so extremely sad? I mean, because it'll just feel like sometimes like somebody's died and I'm grieving their death or something. So, I'm going through all of this stuff, and, I'm realizing, like, I'm now at that state of, like, no resistance. I want the bull crap out. I just want it to be gone. So I'm in there. Something just started making me feel really, really sad, and I couldn't even brush my hair out. So I come in here and I asked, like, why am I so sad? And they told me, like, you've asked for all this angerness to be purged out of you. You've been looking at all of these issues that need to be healed. They're healing, and you're just purging all that crap out. Just allow yourself to be sad. You don't have to feel anger anymore, right? So I finally had this major breakthrough. Like, I don't have to yell. I don't have to bring up all of that crap again, but it's okay to be sad. It's okay to purge this stuff out and let it just be, because what's on the other side of getting rid of all this stuff and purging it all is happiness, peace of mind, peace in my heart, a good relationship that doesn't have somebody yelling because they're so hurt. This is what healing looks like. It goes in stages, guys. Every aspect, not just anger, it could be anything. Guilt. You're going to go through stages of feeling that guilt and it be replayed in you, and you having to relive those things that you did or didn't do for people. And that's what healing's all about. We have to go through these stages, That's why we are so special, because it takes a lot of time and energy and a lot of pain to go through this stuff. But I guarantee you guys, on the other side, it is so worth it. I have healed so many different aspects of myself, and I used to be somebody that people didn't want to be around, and I can be around people now, and they can love me, and they can have fun, and they can laugh. And it doesn't have to be so serious, So I'm not really for sure exactly why I was led to make this video, but I know that I'm not the only one out there that has had anger issues or that's had to heal things that have been taught to them and programmed to them to do, in them to do. And I sure know I'm not the only one that is going through purging the emotional body and seeing different parts of the ego that need to go. So I hope everybody gets through what they're going through, and, you guys can always reach out to me. I'm always there for you guys. I love my support for you guys, and I'm so appreciative. Anyway, please have a wonderful day. Like, share, subscribe, and follow if you don't already. Let me know down in the comments below if this video helped you. If you're going through something, if you need prayer, I'm a prayer warrior, guys. I'll definitely pray for you guys. But anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day. I love you guys. Bye.